Yeah, we can hear
Or do I
you.
need to?
GM.
GM, sir.
Hello, hello.
So there's a party in Chicago next Saturday, huh?
Dang.
I know.
Okay, great.
Trying to figure out a way to get to Chicago next weekend.
Oh, I was sorry, I was muted. Hey guys. Yo, No Future, how you doing, man?
Doing well, doing well. How are you?
Good, good. I just heard you said you're trying to get to Chicago.
Yeah, I said so there's a party in Chicago next week. So it's like trying to, the gang is trying to get to Chicago.
Yeah, man.
Do we have
Yeah,
any
that was
Chicago gotchi gang?
I wonder if Golden Cross shows up, I'm sure he'll want to talk a little bit about that. Talk about the party that he's organizing there.
Will you be in Chicago next week?
I'd say there's a very good chance.
Dang. Man, I wish I
Uh,
could go. I was hoping that was going to be in September because that was going to be my month to do like a spontaneous trip. I'm going to be in the
Right. It's
woods.
all been, yeah, it's been a bit hectic with all the different various schedules of everyone, but yeah, looks like something is coming together in Chicago. So yeah, the Jesse has booked this really cool place. It's a fake gotchi. It's an NFT gallery, but they're gonna pimp it out with all sorts of fake gotchi stuff. But yeah, a little bit hasty, but yeah, I think it's looking to be pretty neat. We'll I'm sure we'll hear more about that in a little bit. But yeah, any Chicago gotchi gang?
Well, I know we have some friends on the East Coast, so there's like proximity. Chicago's like on the East Coast, right? Or is it more central?
More
It's like
middle.
more in the it's yeah, a little bit more central.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're looking for deep dish gotchis. Who are the deep dish gotchis?
Yeah. Yeah, what's Chicago famous for? Is it deep dish pizza?
Deep dish, really windy winters. It's like the windy city, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Mafia.
bears.
I went to Chicago once and I got a deep dish pizza and I like passed out for 4 hours after that. It was just so deep. So highly recommend one slice. But
Oh
if you eat
man.
a couple slices, you'll be wrecked. I think.
Yeah, I get wrecked
Yeah,
by gluten
anyone who has
anyways.
no idea what we're talking about, go check the announcements channel. That's where Golden Cross posted the latest announcement about the event.
Check 1, 2.
GM GM.
Hey,
We're
sir.
getting right into the good stuff here, huh?
Yeah.
GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk a little bit about how you found this place and what's going to be happening there?
Yeah, just
Ooh,
actually I
sorry.
heard about it through some friends that aren't really into NFTs and stuff, but they're from Chicago and so I was unaware of this for the longest time, but there's a gallery called I'm Not Art, and it is a really cool site. And I got on the phone with them and we started talking, and they claim to pretty much have like the best email list, the best like deepest roots in Chicago for anything crypto related. So they're friends with everybody at there's an ETH Chicago chapter, some other organizations, and they pretty much all enjoy art, right? So it makes sense that all the more like tech and maybe smart contract related type communities that have sprouted up over the years. The one place that everybody can get along and have a good time is at the NFT art gallery. So it's a beautiful gallery. They're super OGs, everybody running it. They've definitely got the right mindset, similar values as I think a lot of people here at Aavegotchi. And so their ethos is everything's decentralized, and they just really want to see if they could find a time here to host us. And things kind of opened up, stars kind of aligned, and so there was this decision to not do it, save it for another day, or to, yeah, let's do this, and we can always do it again. So we took the opportunity to have a nice meetup there this a week from today. So it's gonna be really, really nice. Zbot is flying up, and so stars kind of aligned for that between some other reasons for Zbot to come up, including the Denver event. We can talk about that in a minute. But this just worked out really, really good. We get to celebrate Zbot's art and everybody here, especially all the fake gotchi artists and everyone that's contributed to the protocol. We're going to just try to highlight all those different things at this meetup. And like I say, I mean, it's kind of short notice, so I know it'll be tough for some gotchi gang to maybe get there who otherwise could if they had a month or two of heads up. But it's also going to be a great way to outreach to the Chicago and Midwest kind of like crypto communities. So I'm super stoked, super stoked for it. They've got a Crypto Voxels gallery. It's in the announcement. You should go check it out. One link, you hop in, you're in that Crypto Voxels metaverse, and they've kind of built it as best they could to be a one-to-one recreation of the actual place we'll be hosting the meetup next Saturday.
That's dope. So it's gonna have the art once it gets uploaded in the gallery.
I think so. I think they update it one-to-one, and then they've got a giant jumbotron in the real life place that will be streaming the Crypto Voxels party. So we'll all be partying together virtually, and then everyone will be on screen. And they said they got like 5 cameras in the studio that they also do live streaming from. So it'll be up on Twitch, and I don't know. There's gonna be a bunch of like ways to broadcast it and stream it, maybe even back directly into the Discord. I gotta talk to them a bit more about that, but very similar to what we did in New York. I brought that up to them, how NoFuturistic, we did a pretty good job like bringing the party into Discord for the NFT NYC event. I think it'll be a little different than that, but they said it's pretty plug and play. They're built to stream from 5 cameras to whatever media platform we want. So we're gonna figure that out this week, but it's looking really, really good. And something like weather permitting, I think there's about 24 screens in there, and they can rotate images. So fake gotchis, Zbot's work, any initiative you guys want to highlight, we can make room for. So we're kind of gathering all of that and curating it right now. And then, of course, we're going to kind of be very forward-looking too, and use this as a chance to raise awareness about what is going on in the year of the gotchi in terms of gotchi chain and the new branding and the new games coming. So it's gonna be really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to announce that there's a good chance I'll be debuting my first fake gotchi piece there. We're working really hard to get it, but here's a little tiny preview. There's a lot more. Going to be working on a whole X thread for this, but this is going to be, I would say it's pretty insane, guys. Zbot has seen the preview. I was on a call with him yesterday, and he was visibly shaking. It's these things are nuts. So I'll be sharing that and probably debuting those as fakes during this event.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the video now. Does that
so? Yeah, it said the tweet says, working on an epic new art collab with my dad, calling him Intarsia Mike. His medium, wood. No stains, no paints, no dyes, just wood. Soon.
Dang. I'm very
So
curious.
he's being, I call him the human laser, because he's literally cutting this piece out. You can see he's got he's got a trace there, and he's cutting this piece out like millimeter by millimeter.
Dang.
And there's so much detail. I'm gonna have a whole write up on this, a big announcement before the event, but these will be debuted most likely. We're working really hard to get them done in time because this was kind of put together very quickly. But yeah, everyone go give this a repost, give it a like, and we'll get the real thread here coming soon. But yeah, he's gonna be Intarja Mike. We got Coder Dan, and Intarja Mike. I did like Coder Dad, but he's not a coder. He's a Intarja scroller, they call him.
Scroller Dad.
But no one knows what scroller Mike would be, so he's Intarja Mike.
Man, those steady hands though. Wow.
Dude. Yeah. it's so funny to watch it. And can you guys check, can you see what he's cutting out here?
Yeah, he's just zooming back on it now here.
Look, and turn the sound on too. It's got the sound of it's pretty cool. I'll post a little screenshot here for those that are not on X.
Oh man, you just get a glimpse of it too. It's yeah, I can't really make out what that is, but I'm just kind of amazed by his hand work there with that.
I mean, it brings a good point. So you're going to reveal it or potentially release it as a fake gotchi at the Saturday gallery event. Is that right?
I'll probably, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'll be able to make it through the queue in time because it just won't be ready. But I'm gonna try to. I'll have the pieces with me when we are at the event.
Proper debut. Okay. Because the
Proper
other thing,
debut, and then I'll probably maybe I'll put it in the queue right before that or right after. But I'll have the pieces there. Everyone there will be able to see them, and we'll hopefully get some proper footage and proper photos that maybe I'll turn into the fakes.
oh yeah, we'll have videography, photography there. It should go really well. That's another thing the gallery pretty much does for all their events. Which makes another point. If you're considering publishing a piece, I see a few that have passed the queue, like the Wagme Diner. It would be really cool if Gotchi Goodies published that maybe for this event. Could be a great venue to debut an art piece. So they're pretty excited about the GBM auctions and the idea that maybe somebody will want to sell some pieces or auctions, do some auctions during the party. So that's totally something you could plan it around. The times are all noted. The party's 7 to 10 p.m. Chicago time. So you could time it and have your auctions either go live there on the spot, and we'll be emceeing and showing basically demoing GBM to a whole bunch of new people, or have a time it so it's winding down there at the end. That's kind of cool too. I just saw in the chat there, Nadiel said he's sending a piece. He's sending something with Zbot. So I have a feeling there's going to be some pretty cool things coming through.
Yeah, it's turning out to be a pretty cool little event. Excited to meet all the NFT people in Chicago too.
Yeah, it should be great. They said they're going to turn all the lighting purple. They're going to go all out. I guess set the mood, man. So yeah, the big Gotchi fans, they were like really excited that this was able to open up and work out.
And free too, right? No entry price.
Yeah, it's an Eventbrite link. I don't think there's any fee. I think you can just limited registration and it's free. Well, pizza and drinks and then they've got a room upstairs. They said if we want, we can make that it's kind of the VIP lounge, kind of private area, and we could token gate it. So what do you think, guys? Should we token gate it for Gotchi holders only? You either need an Aavegotchi
Gotta show your Gotchi at the door.
Yeah, Gotchi at the door.
We did a promo like that at ETH Denver. You can enter the Gotchi Lodge if you had a POG, proof of Gotchi, but we all knew that we had no way to prove it. Like we didn't have any like the technology behind it other than looking at people's phones. But
Yeah.
we still try to use it as a marketing ploy.
Right. It's pretty hard to enforce, right? Be like, all right, we got to get on chain and prove this. But I guess we should hook up with one of these ticketing apps. Somebody must be figuring stuff out. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
for
hardcore.
this instance, it's pretty casual. We can be like wink, wink, Gotchi's only club here. So we'll get the Gotchi gang room up and going.
And then after Chicago, we are kind of planning a small migration over to Rare Evo. So Jason, maybe if he's around, he can talk about that. And that there is a ticket price for that, though. That's and it's not super cheap. So obviously, if you have the means, we can confirm that the summoners will be at Rare Evo.
Yeah, and that looks like a pretty good event. So it's like really convenient, just outside of Denver Airport, kind of golf resort type thing. And there's some big names there. It's kind of a mix. There's founders, there's communities, there's influencers, all kind of gathered for what 2-3 days, something like that. So I don't think it's quite the same kind of goals and ethos as like ETH Denver, where we had a great success. But I think it could be really important in terms of you never know who you'll meet, and it's always great to put our brand in front of everybody. We're gonna have a full booth there. I think this is our biggest booth to date in terms of like a proper presence at the event. So yeah, the real life in August is shaping up.
And then I just saw in our marketing chat, looks like we also have a couple events. Just to talk about the calendar here, Nigel will be attending. This isn't not totally confirmed yet, but seems like it's coming together. He's going to be at NFT Fest in Switzerland. That is like the 8th, I think, of September. So super jealous. But yeah, so Nigel will be at NFT Fest in Switzerland, in Lugano, and then Nigel, myself, and looks like also Andy Tudor, our game director for Gotchiverse. There's a chance he'll be coming out to Barcelona as well.
Wow.
For the SmartCon.
Oh man, this year's
so
SmartCon
also shaping up to be a very cool. Yeah, I think it will be. Fresh sweats, yes, exactly. SmartCon pregame. Well, there's literally the pregame of SmartCon, but yeah, NFT Fest will be a kind of a pregame for SmartCon. So yeah, that's the calendar. And then I think, let's see, we also have some Gotchi gang is going to be attending the Blockchain Futurist Conference. I think that's Thrax, and is Goob going to that? Yeah, Thrax will be there.
Dang.
Oh, nice. Thrax and Goob. So definitely, if you guys, where is that? That's in Canada. Is that Toronto?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the fun one. Go hang out with Goobs and Thrax. That's hard to beat.
That's cool.
Drop a link. Oh, Nadiel's got his new piece, Circulating Fake Gotchis.
I love that piece. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I might have to cop one of those.
Don't look at Zbot's post. Don't look at that one. Just ignore it. Just keep going. Just keep scrolling. I'm trying to get my bid in.
Oh, is that the AA fake? Yep. Now I looked.
Yeah, don't look at that one. Just ignore it.
Oh man. There's only 2 editions of that, bro. Well, I got the 101, so I'll let you guys have the 2 of 2.
You can't have
By the
all
way,
the
this
rare Z-bots.
this piece that my dad and I are working on, there's going to be 10 of them total, and they are going to be debuted as fake gotchis. And you will, whoever ends up with the fake will get the real, the IRL piece. That's how we're going to be doing the distribution of it.
So is he making? I guess then he's making 10 of them, right? Make 10 of
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
Wow.
He's making the first one now. That's taking the longest, and then it'll be a little bit faster once he, once we get them all done. But yeah, it's a process, man. It takes at least a couple days for like each one. Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's incredible.
Insane. China.
Did he find the rare pink wood that he was looking for? I think you were saying he was looking for some rare wood to kind of complete the piece.
Some of this wood, so just I'll talk more about it probably at the event or on the Hangout on next week. But so we're making coasters, okay? So these are going to be four coasters, and each of them is using this like 100-year-old what is it? It's sorry, I gotta remember which wood it is. I think it's like not maple, somewhat like a pretty good wood, nice hard wood, but it's 100 years old. And then the inner woods for the pieces, he doesn't stain anything or paint anything. So for the white gotchi body, he's using holly, which is it's a fairly common wood, but some of the woods you can't even buy them anymore. Like they don't sell them in the US. He's got a guy who bought this stuff 20 years ago, and he's just like hodling it.
Wow.
And he knows this guy from the work that he's done. So he had to call up the guy and be like, "Hey, do you have lace wood?" Which is like, it's this wood. It's Australian lace wood. They don't even sell it. They don't even allow you to cut it anymore. And so he called this guy. He's like, do you have and people will, if you try to buy it, they'll send you a fake. It's like a fake lace wood. It looks like it, but it doesn't have the same like sheen as the real shit. So he's gonna get the real shit, and that you can't buy that anymore unless you have a guy. So he'll be that's the background for one of these. Each coaster has a different background wood. So that's lacewood is the one for the wizard. And then there's the pants for there's a farmer. The pants are another super rare wood. It's a blue wood. There's only one. You can't really buy it anymore. They're super rare. And it's just like there's in total he's got like probably 20 different woods that are being used. Some of them are super rare. But I see all the wood puns coming in. So it's gonna be an experience to see them and hold them and use them as a coaster.
Wow, that's
bro. What tree is blue? It's called Blue Maho.
It's an IRL tree of FUD, literally.
It's a very funny, memeable wood, the Blue Maho. So anyone looking forward to showing those off at this IRL event, and I'll be bringing them to Denver as well.
Very cool, man. That's gonna be so nice. You mentioned Andy Tudor, our game director, will also be at which event? One of the European ones? Is it SmartCon?
Yeah, we applied for him to get a ticket to SmartCon. So the gang will be there. Myself, Nigel, and it looks like Mr. Tudor is coming as well.
Oh, that Blue Maho. You just dropped a picture of it. That's pretty crazy natural color.
Dude, it's natural. There's no there's no stains. This is the craftsmanship at its finest. This is the let me see if this is the real. I'll show you guys a piece of this exotic lace wood. This shit is nuts. The sheen that it has on it is insane. So it's like, here, this is Australian lace wood. This is the shit you can't buy anymore, and people will give you bootleg wood.
Whoa.
Like the fake one doesn't have this sheen to it.
Dang.
It almost looks like tint, like foil or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a unique, the pattern on it too is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, so we looked at all the woods he's got. I'm like, I want cool patterns for each of the backgrounds, and each background is unique. Yeah, it's almost like holographic wood. And then yeah, I'll share one more. So there is a raffle. We'll have that as a. I was gonna leave that as a surprise, but this wood, it's a red wood. It's so cool. I love this wood. You guys can guess what part of the raffle this will be.
Hmm.
This one's called Bloodwood. Yeah, the lips. Those thick raffle lips.
Oh, for sure. That makes sense.
Like, why are these guys so enthusiastic about wood? I thought this is a gaming stream. Let's talk about wood.
On-chain wood. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, man. On-chain wood. We need to get these into the Botanicas. Aavegotchi Botanicas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll totally incorporate the on-chain woods. I'm surprised no one's done like wood NFTs yet. Someone did bricks and rocks, but no wood yet.
I think this might be the first NFT tokenized wood piece that I've seen.
Goose has one. Remember the wood print that he did?
Yes.
Live. Yeah. I have the one of one hanging behind me in my studio.
Mm-hmm.
But also Gotchi Gang. There's a lot of wood. When it comes to the physicals, yeah, I was thinking of Thrax would appreciate all this because he's always working on something that is very tangible. Just see another picture of Thrax's work coming through. Looks like it's starting to grow up. I remember he said he wants some of this to be a living piece where the Alchemica token might get wrapped in moss or something to that effect. Curious how much glow it's got. Looks cool.
Well, cool. Halfway through the hangout here, we'll get off the topic of wood for the moment. Rarity farming. How did everyone do? We are excited about the ending of the season here.
Yeah, actually,
got their
I did really
stimmies.
well. I was quite surprised just looking at my rewards because I usually take them out every 2 weeks when we get our rewards. I usually take them out, shake my gotchis down, get all the rewards out. But this time I actually waited till like the end of the season, so I got to actually see the whole reward, and I'm like, wow, I did really well. I think I got 500 ghost, so that's really good for me for my collection. So it's kind of cool, man. After all these years collecting that XP, some of those high XP gotchis are doing the best still, even though they don't have the BRS to make up for it.
Right. Yeah, the XP leaderboards were pretty intense from what I heard this season. I know I think it was a Dr. Wagme tweet or a message or something. He's like it's cutthroat.
Cutthroat.
The XP leaderboard this literally cutthroat this season. And then kinship definitely had a wrench thrown in it this season as well. So pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, we did have one big change this rarity farming season with the kinship, which was kind of interesting to see the effect of that. But yeah, I mean, I'm digging the rarity farming and kind of interested to see. We'll see how it kind of evolves in the future with some of the cool things that the DAO members are working on.
How long do you think before we see in the DAO discussion a forum post saying, if it's not broke, let's fix it. Let's get this going for season 7.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into the DAO discussion with some of that stuff, but you know, I think for now it's, you know, it is what it is. I enjoy the rewards. I enjoy collecting them, dressing up my gotchis. I usually go naked gotchi in the off season, so they're all gonna get their wearables taken off now, so I can you know, keep them in the closet. They're all gonna be naked gotchis now.
Oh,
Oh
were
yeah.
there
So
badges announced
Go
for
ahead.
this season?
yeah, there will be badges. We have a bit of a backlog. There's just been so much other higher priority stuff, but yeah, we do have badges for season 5 and 6 that will be coming out probably together.
Zbot, that box art, man.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got a box from Zbot. I was like, I'm keeping it on my desk. Such a good box.
I gotta say, the box itself is a work of art.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, where do we need to get more of that packing tape. That's just
Yeah.
good stuff.
And we've got to get our distributor to incorporate that into every shipment. I don't know if that's possible, but it should be doable.
The IRL stuff is it's coming slowly but surely.
Seriously.
Have you guys seen the new merch on the site?
Yeah, who's got that merch?
store.aavegotchi.com.
Some people have
My
got it.
sliders are in the mail. I'm expecting those any day now.
Yeah, I got a notification that the label has been created, and I believe it's en route already. So I'm waiting for that.
Has anyone gotten have the comics been shipped with those that got that like were eligible by spending 100 or more? I'm not sure if they've been shipped. Lost Local are those being shipped with the merch, or are those going to get shipped separate?
I think I recall him saying it's a separate shipment, but he's requesting to speak, so we will know.
Here we go.
Correctly.
Come on up, sir.
GM.
Oh,
Hello.
there he is.
Hello,
Hey.
hello.
Hey, how's it going? They should actually be shipping with the packages because they ended up coming in earlier than we thought. So I believe those first round of orders should be shipping with Margins Blade.
Oh man, so jealous. I need mine too, sir.
Yeah,
That's gonna
well,
be cool.
there will be a handful of copies for raffle prizes at the Chicago event from
Ooh.
Comic-Con. So little alpha drip there. But people will have a chance to get their hands on one of the original 25 copies at the Chicago event.
Oh, speaking of the Chicago event, just 3 minutes ago, the I'm Not Art Gallery tweeted this out. So let's show them some love.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, nice.
Look like they're starting their morning talking about Aavegotchi.
Very cool.
Hell yeah. Oh, they even use the new font and everything.
Yeah, that press kit's kicking in, dude. Everybody we talk to now, we're like, don't forget this press kit. Don't mess this up. Love it. I love how they work the font in there, which Zbot, that's got to be one of the best. Like, you can find art in a lot of different formats, but the font itself and all those hidden keys, so good.
Yeah.
We've seen a fake. It looks like one of the Fake Fest pieces made it into their thumbnail. That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that Stomper?
Stomper and Kravich, they worked together on that really cool animated
Yeah, that's so cool.
sequence.
It's
So
such a good
speaking
point.
of this event and fakes, if you have there, like Jesse said, there's going to be what 18 screens, 24 screens. If you
Yeah.
have a piece that you would like to get shown, I mean, there's going to be fakes going all throughout the night. So, who should they DM? Is it you, Lost Local,
Uh,
to make sure that your piece gets featured?
If you're going to be doing any promotions of your works, either hosting
Uh-huh.
something on your parcel or you're doing an auction, something like that, let Lost Local know. He's kind of coordinating all the different like things that are happening live we should be promoting.
Cool.
If you have something hitting the queue, stuff like that. And then, yeah, if there's a certain piece you want, also you can talk to Lost Local. He's very hands-on with it, or myself. We have a growing list of pieces that, some are like obvious greatest hits we want to share, but there could be like recent ones, or just you're on this call right now and you're really excited for your first piece to drop. Make sure you put it in front of us, and we'll make sure we can try our best to make sure that gets featured alongside the others. So yeah, just I would say DM myself or Lost Local. Hefe, you probably have some favorites. If we were only to be able to display one there, not to put any pressure, but what would you be out of the GMI publishing house? What would be like?
Oh, out of the GMI publishing house? I mean, I think out of the GMI publishing house, I would say probably a lot of Stomper and Kravich's work, like these animated, pixelated clips. I would want to have a themed art gallery because they've accumulated so much of their fake gachi work that they could actually have their own little themed gallery. So I would do something like that. Or
Hmm.
it's tough, man. That's a tough question. Because I also want to say Soju, because Soju is also another big one that I feel could have his own little themed art gallery or subsection within Fake Gachi art gallery.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Soju, we gotta get Soju's work up here. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's on the call. Um, so Soju, you've got some of the most famous pieces, I would say, in general. Um, Chad Gachi, gotta get Chad Gachi up there. But maybe some others. We gotta get as many as we can. So
I know Coder Dan has that one of one Zbot piece. I think we should.
Ooh, yeah.
That one would be a good one to get up there.
I would also say you should throw in some of the music NFTs created, like Gotchi on My Mind, or any of the
Mm-hmm.
ones from what was the name of it? Gotchi Records, I think it's called. Yeah, Gotchi Records. So they have that set of the NFTs. Those would
Mm-hmm.
that's very interesting. I guess I should ask them if we can play sound from the gallery, or there's maybe a certain part of the gallery that would, better host that. That would be a really good point.
Who
Would
owns
love.
Gachi Lisa? That's another favorite of mine. Gachi Lisa. It's a two of two piece set.
Gotchi Lisa. I don't know about that one. Who's that? Who made
It's
that
like the
one?
Mona Lisa, but it's like a gotchified Mona Lisa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. That one's really good. The original Zbot 101 is kind of a Mona Lisa. I think it's this generation's Mona Lisa though.
Yeah.
Like without this on the nose, like
It's the
the
blockchain
way
Mona
that
Lisa.
the eyes look at you, I'm like, I've got it hanging on my wall here. I'm just like that is better. I'd rather have this than the Mona
Yeah.
Lisa.
Agree.
So, uh, uh, who else? We got Stellar Hobbs, right? Uh, Stellar and Stomper, I always kind of mix those two up, but Stellar is really good too. Some excellent pieces.
Oh, absolutely.
I would love to see the piece, but the Flagor pieces. I think that's by Boba. The animated like kind of short films because it's just so different from everything else that we see in Vegachis.
The Flagor series.
I should know what this is. Maybe somebody drop a link to one of the fake gachis, or I'll go find it. I'm having trouble picturing that one.
Yeah, we'll grab one of those here.
I like the Farmer Alf Genesis card. Who made that? Artist Anon, publisher Anon. I don't even know who made it.
That's like
Yeah,
the. Sorry, go ahead.
It's got certain humor to it. It's very gotchy. It makes me happy when I see the Farmer Elf card.
It's like our rare Pepe card, like the
Yeah.
the original. Here, No Future dropped one there. Cross.
The Flagger. I get it now. Okay, I've seen Flaggo around. These are great.
The meta.
Yeah.
I feel like fake gotchis are kind of like the hidden alpha within the alpha of Aavegotchi. It's like once you get into Aavegotchi and you find the art collection, you know, like a lot of rare Pepes and stuff were just traded for free, like just for fun. People would just send
Yeah.
them to each other, and it's just all good vibes, and you know that provenance kind of builds up over time. People want a lot of these cards in their collection, so I get what NoFuturistic's doing with buying. You buy a lot of any card that you feel is attainable, you just buy it, which makes sense. I think it's good. It's a good way to collect cards. Who are the top collectors of fakes? Big love to
I
the
think
collectors.
Nadia was on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always. Let's see who else. I'm looking in the queue right now. There's one from Nadil, Punky Aavegotchi, 1 of 10, and wondering when that's going to get published. That has potential for this event next Saturday. But also that Wag Me Diners passed the queue quite a while ago, right? And it's so well done. That's a different collab, right? It's a bit of. Is Stomper involved in that? I thought he was, but I don't see his name on the. It looks kind of like
so.
Fake Lore's artist and publisher's Gotchi Goodies. Anyway, it looks incredible.
Oh yeah, so Fake Lore is
Yeah,
the group of all of them. It's like Krevich, Stomper.
That one
Leonardo
was like
Dagacci.
it was announced a long time ago. I remember seeing that like a couple months ago, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been sitting in the queue a long time. So hopefully they didn't lose the keys or something.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
it's a beauty.
goes for the 8-Bit Guild, right? They've
Yeah.
been sitting on that work from however you pronounce his name, Viscero.
Vistrovo.
Yeah, that's another great piece, and it's like
It's a great
gotta get
piece, but I'd like to see it out in the wild. For sure.
yeah, we gotta rattle. What's his name?
I gotta ping Master Yang again. The Master
Yang,
Yin and Yangs.
Yeah, this is their big opportunity. They need to.
Actually, that's a good point you're making. I should probably reach out and say, hey, this would be a great way to get some of the work out there. Let's get it out in the gallery.
Totally. We want to feature some 8-bit published stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But the deal is he's got to get that out of the queue.
Yeah, I'll be like, that's the deal, man. You got to get out of the queue first. We want to see it out in the wild, and then let's get it in the art gallery.
That would be fun either way. Super excited.
Who are the other people? Because I know the Basket piece that it's called the Citadel next to the other road. I believe they minted that 8-Bit Gamer, but yeah, 8-Bit Gamers Guild did mint that. I got a free copy, but there's 6 holders. Other than 8-Bit Gamers Guild, who are the other 4 holders that are holding this piece?
I think I have one, but I haven't checked. I know they said they, I think Master Yin or Yang said they sent me one, but I haven't actually looked. I might be one of them. I have to check.
Yeah, no, I see phases here at the bottom because they list. It says 8-Bit Gamer Guild has 64. Regular address, internet phase, me, another regular address, and then something that's web3-1459.eth.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's not me. That's for sure. Oh, here we go. Dark Farms. Dropping the Dark Farms piece.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's a cool one.
That's one I've had my eye on for a while as well.
but when are they gonna distribute?
That's
I
right.
think they're all held on one 8-Bit Gamers Guild account.
Maybe they're doing the rare Pepe distribution method. There's some rare Pepes that just haven't been distributed. It's been like 10 years. They're still like in the same,
Oh,
like some of the keys have been lost. And then actually one guy recently found his keys and they did the rare Pepe distribution from 10 years ago. They just did it on Pepe.wtf.
Jesus.
They're like, hey, come get your shitcoin card 10 years later. Come get it.
Oh my god. I never got the godlike raffle one, like the by who did that one? Like the super buff looking raffle. Someone put one of those up on auction. I need one of those.
No, it's the same thing with the pickled raffle. Like I forgot that even existed, but I remember
Oh,
wanting
I
one.
got one of those.
Yeah, I saw the prints in Miami, and I was just like, damn, I should have got one.
That whole like lineup, the release lineup, was awesome. Yeah, I see Soju's dropping the godlike
Yeah, I need
raffle
the
for
godlike
Pepe.
Pepe, man. Can't believe I didn't get one of those. I don't know why. Must have been time zone or something. Fuck. Well, a couple last minutes of the hangout here. Just wanted to let everyone know. What do you guys think of the devlog so far? We've done. I mean the video or the blog post.
Oh man. Yeah, I I just watched the one with Slama and Golden Cross, and there's quite a bit of alpha in there, friends. I would watch it if you're
Yeah.
into like the tower defense and stuff. There's a real deep dive there into the liquidators, the different types, and there was a lot. I was actually quite surprised.
Yeah. Any suggestions? Because we're gonna be doing the next one. Actually, Andy is gonna be doing the next one with a special host. Some of you guys might know who that is. I think that's confirmed. Won't be me, won't be Golden Cross on the call, but it'll be a special host. So any feedback you guys have? Do you like the length, the edits, the cutting, anything to help improve the devlogs? Would love to hear any feedback. And then Slama will also be doing another one as well. We're gonna start trying to do one every 2 weeks, one for Gotchiverse, one for Gotchi Guardians. But see if our editing can keep up with that. A T-Bird can use an Inanna PFP turn to call. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Slama got
Should
Golden
use a
Cross
Gotchi
pretty
PFP.
good.
Yeah, he did. That was fun.
with that Pepe the Pepe looking raffle. Not sure what happened to that guy, but he was definitely different.
Yeah, Dave says Andy gonna blow some minds with Arena Alpha. Sure is, man. Oh, there's so much happening on the Arena and Gotchiverse side. It's been a busy week so far. Busy August for the devs. Hey, Andy. So yeah, if you guys have any feedback, feel free to let us know or drop it in the comments on the video itself. We'll read all the comments, and we're just gonna keep doing these things and then cutting them up into Twitter, little bite-sized episodes for people to watch as well, and try to keep everyone up to date on all the latest developments. And I know the biggest question is playtest. So we are honing in on a potential date for a playtest. Just wanted to make sure that the basics are in place before we open it up too much and get feedback. But we're not too far away.
Yeah, with each week, there's just been really good progress. So no big setbacks. Everything's moving in the right direction. Each time you play, you're like, okay, this is more fun, more polished, and now it's about stacking features and refining. So I think we're close. A lot of the bugs, the main bugs. I remember the first time I tried to play, like, there was like a bug or something. Just I couldn't get in, but a lot of that kind of stuff is taken care of, and the level design is really nice. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite part of it yet, except it's all good. Like everything just feels like a real quality gaming experience.
Mm-hmm.
I could hang out and play for a couple hours and like not even sweat it. That's what we need. Where I like lose
Mhm.
track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, some updates on V2 that is chugging along very nicely. We're if you guys saw the dev update, I think it was July. We kind of teased a polish update that's going to be coming to V2. That's going to bring it more in line with the brand guide and the brand update. So that is going to be dropping. I think it's going to be in August. It's getting very close, and it's going to be a huge. I would say it's like one of the biggest UX improvements we've had to Aavegotchi, and besides the new landing page, in a long time. So it's really going to help streamline the experience for people, and especially for new people coming in. Like it'll be a little bit more familiar for people, and just the UX is going to be a significant improvement over the current V2 or the V1. So really excited to get that shipped hopefully this month, and kick off Q4 with a big improvement to the UX, and yeah, hopefully get some new eyeballs on Aavegotchi soon.
I have a question for you and Jesse, because I mean, Aavegotchi is the OG Pixel project, Polygon project game, all these things, right? How do you guys feel about the whole Frank D. God's Utes migration?
I never really felt like they like fit on Polygon anyway. I mean, they came over and they could. There's a lot of stuff they could have done, but it felt like they just kind of came over and like hung out and never really. They were like in the front yard hanging out there. They never really came in the house, walked around, met other people. So wasn't. I don't think it's a big L for Polygon that they're leaving, because I don't think they really made a huge impression anyway on the ecosystem. I mean, whatever they think is best for their NFT, so ultimately up to them. As long it's good that they're returning whatever amount of the grant that they got from Polygon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have much to add. For me, it's kind of a non-event. I was never like, I don't know, just don't spend much time thinking about Utes. Not too worried about it. At the end of the day, the Polygon, that blockchain, that's their infrastructure, right? So this whole idea of running around from chain to chain, kind of generating hype or news headlines around it is kind of bizarre. Just the whole thing. I'm just like, it's the world we live in, I guess.
They're migration maxis.
They have like a very different, go-to-market strategy than we do. And now I was kind of listening to the spaces that Frank was on. He did kind of like an impromptu like 3 a.m. spaces or something with the holders. So it's interesting to hear their strategy and how they think they want to bring value to the holders. Obviously, Aavegotchi, we're all about gaming, and so we want to bring value to Aavegotchi holders and IP through making the IP something that is a big gaming ecosystem, which is obviously not what their strategy is. So I think when they came to Polygon, I thought it was a bit weird, because it's like, well, they're not. Polygon is it's a gaming chain. Like at its heart, it's really what most people are on Polygon to do. So if they're not going to make a game, it's like, well, why are you even coming over here?
Yeah, there was like the big sale of it was like engagement, like they're gonna bring this attention. But I was saying it on Blockpaarty yesterday, like I was doing a ton of Twitter spaces and I got on stage with Frank often. We actually follow each other now, but they were always in Ethereum Twitter spaces, not really Polygon centric Twitter spaces. And I remember the one time I did get up because I dropped the thing into Jesse because he was like, "Oh, if you're a Polygon project, give me your pitch." And I kind of like gave a very quick overview of Aavegotchi, like a 40-second thing, and he had no idea who we were. So I was like kind of surprised, like, hey man, like why hasn't there been any kind of connection? You know, like this should be, you know, you're not really out here repping, you know, pushing P like Goobs is, you know, like I think
Yeah.
we need to do that. So I think, you know, I agree with you 100%. Their project doesn't really benefit from our ecosystem in the sense that you don't need fast transactions or cheap gas prices because, you know, you're going to do something on chain probably once of every few months, maybe. But it's, you know,
But like the points parlor thing that they're doing, that seems a lot like what we were, you know, tried to do with friends. And if they're gonna have people like doing all these microtransactions on Ethereum, it seems like a weird pivot to go back to Ethereum to do something like points parlor, unless everything is just like done off chain. But I don't think it is because the points are on chain. It's it was confusing to see them rolling that product out while also talking about moving back to Ethereum. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
it's a tough thing to like. Just I'm curious to see how it actually goes because my thesis has always been like if you're trying to build a luxury NFT, the more you relate it down to actual financial transactions, the worse it's going to be. Like if you're
Yep.
if you can stake your DGOD or whatever and get some points, and then those points can like help pay for your rent, it just seems like it's going to bring the floor price down because it's less luxury. They're like when you start fixating on the marginal utility of like how many points does this NFT generate for me. I don't know. It's a interesting strategy.
Adding more utility doesn't necessarily mean price goes up or
Yeah.
because people get obsessed with that certain like point, like, oh, it generates this yield over here, so why would it be worth more? It's like, well, the one that doesn't generate any yield is got a crazy high floor, because there's nothing else to fixate on. So it's a really interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, the NFT space, the more clearly you define what you are, the lower your floor price goes. It's kind of the science there.
Yeah, ambiguity is good. We're doing big things someday tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah. I see Zbot shouting out some of the OG names, the cyber brokers, the Avastars. I need to pick up a few of those. This is a good time to scoop some of the really good ones. Cool. We're coming to the end of the hour here, heading into DAO, the DAO hour. Anything else we should highlight? NoFuturistic, anything going on in terms of, you know, projects you're working on or events you or Hefe may be hosting this week, before we head into DAO Town?
Yeah, just the regular Orium events. We, you know, go check out the Twitter. We announced, you know, the EIP stuff. We have a new partnership. Yeah, we're gonna be doing game night this Thursday as normal. I'll probably do another game night sometime during the week. I don't really announce those, but we jump in the arena and kind of play, and then play a few other games. I would love to get you guys to talk to the Boomland team and get an Aavegotchi in that game. I've become addicted to it, so I'm just gonna throw that out and leave it at that.
And it's just really fun, high replayability, and just a well-built game.
It's a mobile game now. They also have it for browser. You can play a free-to-play version, but if you have an NFT, you can play the game and boost it up. Like they have like interesting mechanics, like you could buy an artifact and then merge it, and it changes the metadata. It's pixel art too, so I feel like Aavegotchi would fit in very well. And Abhi, who's like he's part of the Boomland team. He's like a Polygon guy. Is running it. So it seems really cool, and I think it would be a really cool place to get Aavegotchi involved.
Nice. Yeah, let's make that happen. Maybe I'll DM you offline or something. I'd like to learn more.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, for me, I am working on something, but I'm going to be pretty tight-lipped about that. I'm not ready to share anything yet. But
Come on.
Next week I'll have something, but yeah, I'm just putting some things together. So
One final fun piece here. This weekend, your weekend listening, make sure to get on Spotify, or here's the YouTube link. We are so lucky. Our Andy Tudor, he actually is really stepping up his game on the drum and bass side as well. His new single, Alive,
Nice.
global top 50 right now, guys. Global top
Wow.
50. He's like catching Bieber and chasing down Taylor Swift. So it's doing incredibly well. Give it a listen, follow, like, add it to your playlist. Andy's killing it. It's a good jam. I put it on yesterday. I was cooking in the kitchen. I was like, let's see what this is about. I was like, damn, pretty nice, Andy. See him in the crowd there. Everybody put it on. Does this mean the whole Gotchiverse soundtrack is going to be drum and bass? Can we commission that?
Yeah, man.
I want that so bad.
I would dig that. I love drum and bass.
That would be so nuts.
So next beatbox, I'll do a drum and bass one to celebrate.
Perfect. Cool. I think that's a good note to end the hangout on as we get into the next part. Oh, Hefe, I saw this photo. I meant to tell you, it looked great. Looked like you touching some grass there. Looks like a good time.
Yeah.
Is that an airboat?
It's
What
a
are
jet boat, so it uses really powerful engines to push water out these jets at the back. So it allows this boat to basically skim across the water. So we went down like this river, and like some parts were really shallow, man. Like the boat was going over like 6 inches of water. But it's basically going up. We went up through this canyon, up this river in this jet boat, and it's something I've never done. I do boating every now and then, but like nothing like this. It was completely different. And we actually did a donut in the middle of the river in the jet boat, which is something like who does a donut in a boat? But yeah, it was really interesting. Something different. Touching some aqua.
Well, cool.
Yes.
Shall we
Zip
transition here into DAO call time, friends?
Yeah, I think that's good. Good time to transition into the DAO call. And so, as usual, we should start with a little proposal review and look over the DAO proposals. So just give me a minute here. I'll switch over to the snapshot. And we do have a few things planned for today. We have a chair that will be coming up and speaking just on a proposal that they're getting together with Infinity Keys. We also have a friend who has a proposal that's live. If Network Hustler is in the building, I would like you to, if you would like to come up and speak on your proposal, that'd be awesome. I think it's a really cool initiative. Sorry, I'm just going to read the comments here. One sec. Yeah, I'll go on the skis. Absolutely. All right, let's go to the snapshot here. Okay, so we have just, I think, one proposal from last week that has now concluded. Agap 91 has successfully passed, so congratulations, Oliver Spoon. And this has massive support. 11 million Ghost out of the 12 million quorum supported the proposal. And this is for the Gotchi crawler, the DAO built Gotchi crawler, built by Oliver Spoon. And so this is going to be 100, I think it's 100 level dungeon crawler where you go through the different levels and you're using a version of Ghost called Sea Ghost, and it allows you to interact with the game, and every 10 levels you can cash out. So there's a play and earn element as well, which is kind of cool. Target launch for this one is mid-October 2023, and the total funding ask that the DAO approved for this was $58,000. So I guess the next actionable item here would be the disbursement. And Has the disbursement already been made for this one from the DAO directors? But this one is concluded, and so yeah, we'll keep an eye on the developments. Of course, Oliver Spoon, you are always welcome to come up here and provide any updates you'd like to provide. So that's the concluded proposals, and I see two here actually, two proposals up here. This one I will just kind of again put out there. Network Hustler, if you are in the, I think someone might have tried to tag you in the DAO forum agenda, DAO agenda forum post, but yeah, if you're in the audience, I'll get you up here. This is your proposal, Aavegotchi Latina Spin Dream. Sponsorship, partnership, marketing deal. I'm not going to read this whole proposal because it's quite extensive, but this is for an Iberian Peninsula bicycle adventure lap representing Aavegotchi during the trip. So this is someone who is into cycling and spin cycling, and so yeah, there's quite a bit of detail here in this post. I recommend reading it, but the idea is to upload content. He has a YouTube channel, which he had provided. If someone has the link to that YouTube channel, if you could pop it in there. The proposal is interesting, although the metrics for the social media aspect of it are, I don't want to criticize a proposal without giving them a chance to speak on it, but I would like to know more about the media plan in regards to this, but at the same time, the ask is also very reasonable for what they're saying if they're able to deliver this. So I think these are his deliverables here. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it in the chat here for you guys. So these are his deliverables. And so just something to consider. But have a look through this proposal. I believe you have 4 more days to vote on this. And where's the final? Where's the ask? I think it's down here at the bottom. Yeah, when you guys are asking for your funding at the bottom there, try and make it as clear as possible. It looks like here, round 17 to 1800. 1720 is the exact amount. So he's asking for 1720 for this event. Yeah. Does anybody have did anybody read this proposal and have any specific feedback that we can pass on to Network Hustler? I'll let you guys type in the chat there. Yeah, Hot Curly Fry. Yeah, I tried to reach out to him to encourage him to come up. Yeah. Low ask for sure. But Thrax's question there, what kind of reach does the channel have? That's something I have more question about, because his YouTube channel, the one he showed me, didn't have a whole lot of followers, or fairly minimal reach. But again, I don't want to heavily criticize his proposal if he has some other media channels that he's planning to distribute. Again, I think he actually has he puts the links down in the chat there. So
I will say they do have a bigger following on Twitter. That's how I know them. Network Hustler, aka Spice, Ice Spice, 6,400 followers. So they're bigger than me.
okay, so yeah, his Twitter following is quite good then. But it'd be nice to know just like the extent of his media plan. Oh yeah, we got a Network Hustler in the building. Awesome. GM, glad to have you on the call,
Yeah.
sir.
GM, do you hear me well?
Oh yeah.
Nice one. I didn't know there is Hangout. I always miss them.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate you coming up here today, sir, and kind of sharing a little bit about your proposal. I think it's quite interesting, and I'd kind of like to know more about your vision here with how you want to represent Aavegotchi at this Iberian Peninsula bicycle adventure.
I think it's like quite easy because I will put like uh, daily daily reports about my trip, so it will be like some videos daily and photos from my day, and I want to like attach to them like some logos or even make some videos in which I talk strictly about the Aavegotchi. I was also thinking that if you are possible to send me like some t-shirts, I can wear the t-shirts on my like journey through the whole Spain. I can also give the t-shirts to people. I have like many ideas how to do this, and I think it's quite easy because if I'm gonna report this on Twitter daily, then the engagement and the visibility will come because I think people would like to follow up this journey.
Yeah, interesting. I know you have a decent Twitter following, but in terms of like the real event, can you give us an idea of what this event looks like? How many people usually attend the event as spectators, and how big is the actual like event itself?
So before, I have done trips like this. I was walking all around the Poland, and it took me like 103 days. And we were doing like same thing. We was like doing videos and putting them daily on the Instagram and the Facebook then. And at the peak time, I got like daily 2000 and a half like different followers watching them daily. But I think there is like much bigger potential on Twitter because it's like worldwide, not only for Polish people.
Yeah, agree. So the angle of your proposal is going to be primarily like online content, not I mean, you're going to have your IRL branding and stuff representing as you're going on this adventure, but primarily the promotional side is going to be online, like online promotion kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. But if people gonna ask me like through my journey what it is about, I will openly and proudly tell them that it's like a Aavegotchi sponsorship trip and tell them what is Aavegotchi.
Okay, awesome.
So
So
it's like
yeah.
in real life too, but mostly it's video because the video is gonna last forever.
Yes, of course. Yeah, the videos are evergreen. Kind of curious to know what the audience thinks. If you have any feedback for Network Hustler from reading this proposal.
Yeah, exactly. Open to hear everything.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. It's quite a detailed proposal, which is good to see.
Yeah, if you have any idea what I could do and how I could do it, I'm also open to hear this because if it's like our project, community Aavegotchi project, I'm open to do what you want to.
I see a question coming in from Choina. What will you be naming the journey? Will it be Aavegotchi themed?
I want to name my trip. I don't know if you've seen my NFT because I have created already the fake Gotchi art with my friend. I didn't market it nowhere yet, but I created the name like Aavegotchi Latina Spin Dream.
Yeah.
So it's
Brahman
like
saying have.
Spain included.
Brahman saying have homies at International Bicycle Film Festival. International Bicycle Film Festival. Definitely submit your final project. Interesting. So we have another Gotchi gang member that is has yes, has some connections with Bicycle Film Festival.
That's what I think the Aavegotchi is best community because I believe it's like made only of OGs. So everyone has connection everywhere and we can do something big from this. Basically, I think every one of my friends, even if they don't own Aavegotchi, they know what is Aavegotchi.
Aavegotchi DAO has had, not questions, but conversations around IRL representations in the past. And so I kind of know the mixed sentiments people have, but, my sentiment's always been positive towards these things. But that's, of course, one opinion. I'm kind of curious to know if anybody has a reason maybe why Aavegotchi DAO shouldn't do this. Maybe devil's advocate opinion.
I think I'm not saying anything against this. I think this highlights a little bit the need for that working group to distribute smaller amounts because $1,700 is not a big ask, and I
Yeah.
don't think we need to get a whole DAO involved if we think it's a good idea. If we had a working
Yep.
group that was like ETF.
Yep. And we'll talk about that a little bit today too. You know, I've been looking at other DAOs and seeing if there's anything we could do to improve. And I think
And
that's definitely one area.
I think that's good to do. I'm open to do the like experiment after the whole trip finishes, so we don't need to do nothing now or before. If I finish the trip and I'm home, then we can like calculate everything, and I'm like cool with that.
Right, right.
Because basically I'm here, I have my own money, so I can go do this anyway. Talk about Aavegotchi. I love Aavegotchi, so I will lovely pump my own bags doing this under official representment. It's kind of fun and the best idea I could have, I think.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, well, thank you for, you know, giving us a little bit of an overview and kind of explaining what the intention is behind this. For anyone that wants to know more, he has quite a detailed proposal here. And if anybody has questions, how can they get at you? DMs on Twitter, or do you have a forum post?
I was also thinking, but this is kind of hard, and I don't know how to do this. But I was thinking we can create something like Aavegotchi plus my journey themed POAPs, and we can give them daily to the people watching the trip. But this is kind of like harder idea to implement.
Yeah.
But it's something I have in my mind.
I see Coder Dan is asking another good question here. Did you consider making a fake gachi to raise funds instead of asking the DAO? Similar to like what T-Bird has done. I believe he's raised around $4,000.
I think I have written about this in the forum topic in the proposal too, and I actually have created the fake Gochi and it's already minted, but I didn't market it yet.
Oh, awesome!
And I was also thinking that this will be like a push from me that I will try to sell the fake Gochi art, but not to the Aavegotchi community, but only to the people outside of the Aavegotchi community.
That would be interesting. Yeah, definitely getting more people IRL into the art scene through fake gachis.
Exactly. I have it ready. So if you hop into the forum or the proposal, I think I linked it.
Yeah, I see. Actually, Choina's done you a favor here and found your NFT fake gachi here. So very cool.
This is something what I created with my friend. He was like the artist, and I was like the idea giver. I designed it, and he was just my hand.
Awesome. Yeah. No. All right. Awesome. So, friends can get at you, I guess, on Twitter or your forum post if they have questions around this or further questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks for head ups because I wasn't on the Hangout, so thanks for head up. It was nice to talk with you.
Of course. Likewise, friend.
So we will feel for. Yeah, you have a question?
No. I just see someone's just trying to clear up how much the ask is. I believe you said 1720. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Wish you well. I hope this proposal passes. And with that being said, I think we should move on to the next presenter here. We got.
Thank you all.
Of course.
Wish you all best.
Of course. Absolutely.
So,
we got Chair from Infinity Keys here. Welcome, sir. GM.
Many GMs, everyone. Hello, good morning. How's it going? I am here and live in vivo in the city, in the ciudad. It is not up yet, though. I think it will be by the beginning of the week or somewhere thereabouts. Another proposal from your friends at Infinity Keys. Now, to remind everyone where we're at this point, we had a 4,500 ghost proposal pass in the first quarter of this year. 3,000 of that ghost was dedicated to prizes, Alchemica, and Aavegotchis as prizes for milestones when they are reached. Specifically, well, actually, there are a couple of milestones that we have set for the releasing of those 5 Aavegotchis. I also dumped about 1,000 ghost worth of Alchemica throughout the Gotchiverse and got to the top of the leaderboard. Has anyone knocked me off yet? I'm curious, but that is a side quest. So, what we have seen is of really awesome participation and engagement and playing of the Infinity Keys puzzle, the Aavegotchi portal quest, the altar, really all of them from within the Aavegotchi community. I'd say like a really nice and healthy percentage of the Gotchi folks have played or touched it in some way. Roxy made an awesome video, playthrough video, which, by the way, if you want to glean some Infinity Keys passwords, passcodes, for free to get some of the easy ones, Roxyana's video is quite useful. And I would just say this. I'm going to side quest for a second. Retroactive airdrops, in general, think about how they work, right? People participate, they buy an ENS name, and then 3 years later, or whatever, all of a sudden, you find ENS tokens in your wallet. What a novel concept, huh? What a novel idea. Can't imagine how that might be implemented by blank in the future. Wonder how many puzzles will correlate to how many. I digress. Are you picking up what I'm laying down, people?
You gotta read between the
In
lines
the
here.
United States, okay? Now, anyway, so we've seen great participation from within the Aavegotchi community. We had a first milestone of 332 solves that we were looking for to unleash the first 2 Aavegotchis, and the 999. Don't look too deep into the numbers of, and we'll release the other 3 Aavegotchis, and that would sort of conclude the campaign. What we've seen is a major stall in the mints. We had great momentum, but I think everyone from within the Aavegotchi community that was going to do the puzzle has done it. And so, all that is to say, airdrop, that we are going to submit another proposal, thinking about what we have built up to this point with the Aavegotchi portal, with the altar. By the way, there are some giveaways that stand back all the way to the 3XP event that will be dropped this coming week. There's a fake gotchi and a wearable, the game controller, that will be dropped to lucky winners who solved the altar puzzle. So if you can remember back to earlier this summer, you could find the altar. You might want to solve that while you still can. And so
You're
we're going to
referring
take
to the Gotcha Dippity, right?
No, Gotchi
Oh.
Dippity is Leonardo da Gotchi. That is his fake Gotchi quest that he 100% crafted. And by the way, people, it's worth, if you're a Leonardo da Gotchi fan and you like very, very complex puzzles that aren't ending anytime soon, I recommend you chase that thread. But I'm referring to specifically the Aavegotchi portal puzzle, though there are some other puzzles that are Aavegotchi related, including Roxiano's, including the altar, which is the 3XP one. So the 3XP one, if you want to qualify for those giveaways, is called the altar. And the Aavegotchi portal pack of puzzles is the one that relates to the proposal from earlier this year. That's the one that has 5 gotchis to be given
Gotcha.
away when you hit mint milestones.
And you said
So-
332 of those have been minted so far.
Not yet. About 200 or just under 200 have been
Okay.
minted, and 332 is our first unlock point to do a VRF drawing for the first 2 gotchis.
Okay, get your
And-
portal packs done, friends. Whoever hasn't done one yet, I know I just did mine. So
Yeah,
get
the
those
TLDR
portal
is if there's an Aavegotchi puzzle on Infinity Keys, it behooves you to solve it. we are going to put forth another proposal that sort of extends. So we've seen, like, we saw great traction and sort of everything kind of fell off. So we want to take all the lessons learned from the campaign from the beginning of the year and some of the things we've done since then. And we understand much better. Like, Infinity Keys is not an achievements platform. You know, like we're not trying to be Rabbit Hole or, you know, Infinity Keys is actually a game. Now it's the back end for it is basically done, and we're very proud of it, and it's amazing. And we are quite aware that the actual UI and UX of the game is dog shit, and we're fixing that. And we have an amazing designer now named Max, who is going to change what Infinity Keys looks like very much. So Infinity Keys is very beautiful on the inside, and maybe a little bit of a duckling still on the outside. That is going to change. All that is to say that the proposal, when it comes through, is going to be sort of an amendment, an adjustment, lessons learned, and refocus to make sure that we can have a big impact, again, within the Aavegotchi community, but also to attract new players.
Yeah, awesome. So, you know, this is a bit of a teaser. I know I was talking to Magic also said, you know, we can maybe go into the more details of the actual proposal next week when he has you know, finalize some revisions on it. And so this was a bit of a teaser to what's coming. And so I guess what's the takeaway here, Chair? If you wanted friends to take something away from this between now and next week, is there anything specific, like check out Infinity Keys or you know, specific puzzle? I think he's mentioned the portal packs would be one thing to do.
Definitely. So if you want to qualify for the Gotchi giveaways, did you hear my catch now? The Aavegotchi portal is your main destination. If you have already cleared the Aavegotchi portal and want to qualify for more stuff, and you have not done yet the altar puzzle, and I'm linking all of these in the stage chat. Those are the two. Do the portal, do the altar. Qualify for the giveaways that are happening with those. And if you remember my ENS references from earlier, think about what happened with ENS. Okay. Now stop thinking about that. Now, start thinking again. The more ENS names you had, right, the more you got, right? Okay, now stop thinking about that. Okay? Now, what could I possibly try to connect without actually saying, right? Think about that. Okay, I'm done. And I'm done. Somebody sound the horn. I'm talking about an airdrop. Do you understand?
All right. Okay, so there we go, friends. Keep an eye out for this proposal. We'll talk about it, the specific details of it. Thrax. Nonetheless, enjoyable. Thank you for a little bit of a teaser of what's coming up. Infinity Keys is going to be working on something for Aavegotchi again, a community engagement initiative, but also drawing other people in, like you were saying. So, and you got a little bit of alpha there too. So hope you're reading between the lines or at least listening, because I dropped it right there. So just do the puzzles. Yeah. All right. Okay, with that being said, I see Cryptogotchi in the chat. Cryptogotchi, you have been behind the Voltron Hackathon initiative, one of the many members involved. And so, you know, shout out to you guys, man. You guys are doing a great job over there. And so I figure I'll give you some couple minutes here to talk about what's been going on at Voltron Hackathon and maybe give us an update.
Thank you. Can you hear me all right? In the meeting earlier, I had some sound problems.
Oh, yeah, you sound excellent.
Okay, awesome. So just to be clear, I'm not a tab member. I'm one of the participants in the Voltron Hackathon.
Got you.
But
Sorry.
I was pretty involved in the organization. It's a bit of like teachers, which are the tab, and we are like the student council, if you will. So we have been actually, first I should probably let you know that we have uh, 10 submissions, and hopefully all of them, or 10 proposed submissions, I should say, and hopefully all of them will actually be converted into MVPs for you all to try out. And that is what I wanted to talk to you about, because we were thinking about how we organize the finale. So we wanted to have community judging on the one side, which would be weight 50%, and then the other 50% in this ranking would be expert judges. And we were going a little bit back and forth when to do what. And in the meeting we had earlier today, we kind of solved it. So basically what we have in mind is that we have a community event where everyone gets to present their projects and people get to see it. And then we have a 2-day period during which the community can vote for these submissions, similarly to how the voting was done for the parcel decoration event that we had. And then after it's been tallied and also the expert judges have handed in their their judgments, we wanted to have like a grand reveal party. So for the winners and or for the overall best MVP, and also to get a little bit more engagement. And to get most engagement, we were kind of hoping that we could hijack the Saturday Hangout slot, if that is cool with you guys. Hot Curly Fry actually came up with the name Hijackathon, which I think is awesome. And yeah, I just wanted to ask you guys if you would be okay with giving us the 2nd of September slot.
So you're thinking this Voltron Hackathon judging? It's like a judging competition, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a hackathon, and it's going to be judged, and based on your placement, you get more or less rewards for it. And judging is going to be twofold. There's community judging and there's expert judging, and both will have 2 days, from the 28th to the 31st-ish. And then on the 2nd, we would like to have this kind of party event where the judges come up, say a few words, and we celebrate the winners, and hopefully get to enjoy lots of MVPs and games and everything.
Awesome. I see Coder Dan is asking, will you need the whole hour? Are you anticipating a whole hour? Or what sort of time length for it?
Originally, we actually thought that we will probably end up needing 2 hours, but now that we kind of split the event in half and have for the introductions of the judging round, have our own event on the 28th, we could probably do it in an hour.
Mm-hmm. I see Hardcore is throwing out a suggestion here. Why don't we give you the Saturday meeting? And if it turns out the DAO has an emergency that week, we do the Sunday DAO meeting. No. Well, I would say my Sundays aren't up for grabs anymore. So I wouldn't be there. And also the Saturday hour, for the first hour there is, time for, let's say, Pixelcraft focused, happenings. So it would depend on, if, you guys, Coder Dan and Golden Cross, if you guys have anything already planned for that week. Because, alternatively, what I'll suggest is we could actually do the second hour of the DAO call. I think could be more likely. Correct me if I'm wrong, but could be the second hour could be given up given up for that. Yeah, exactly. Coder down. Maybe 1 hour hangout and 1 hour DAO call specifically focused on Voltron. So we could still do the second, but do the second hour for the judging instead of the first.
Yeah, that would probably be even better, because then if we end up needing more time, we would just keep going, and whoever needs to go to bed could do so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that could be possible. So, you know, if the DAO is okay with it, maybe tentatively we could say September 2nd. Let me just look at the calendar here. September 2nd. Oh, we got Thrive Giraffe coming up as well. September 2nd, second hour during the DAO call, so 8 p.m. UTC on September 2nd. Welcome,
Awesome.
Thrive Giraffe, GM.
GM, how's it going?
Welcome. Going well.
Nice.
Do you have some Thrive related tidbit, or just hanging out?
I was told that that we were talking about some of the Voltron updates
Yes.
on this call,
Yes.
and I just jumped in, so I apologize if I jumped in like right in the middle of something.
No.
It sounds like we're talking about the like the demo day for the community on
Yes.
September. So okay, cool.
Yeah, demo
cool.
day for Voltron Hackathon. Aavegotchi here is giving us kind of some of the details of what this is going to look like. It sounds like it's shaping up to be a pretty great event.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a 2-day lead up to the actual judging, right? Can we kind of get an overview of what that's going to look like, and maybe even who some of the judges might be?
Yeah, basically, just to quickly catch you up. Basically, I've just been informing them about your last suggestion, which we seem to all be cool with.
Awesome.
So having a dedicated event on the 28th, then judging until the 31st, and then having like a party event kind of thing on the 2nd.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And on the 2nd, when we have that party event, it should be a pretty special time. Like you'll have the opportunity to hear from and to interview the winners, the people who created MVPs, to see some of it, which should be a lot of fun. I mean, there's some really extraordinary stuff that's being built, and even talk to hopefully some of the judges who should be up here as well. And I think, Hefe, did you just ask about the judges? Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I hope this is okay for me to share. I can share a couple of them because I know. First of all, one of them, thank you, is on stage right now. So one of our judges will be Coder Dan, and I'm super excited about that. And really, thanks so much for lending some of your time to the community for this. I know that people really look up to and appreciate obviously all of the work that you've done here. Another judge who I know is going to be Dr. Wagney, who obviously has done a ton with and for the community as well. And there are a couple others that I think have been confirmed, but I don't know them offhand. Cryptogotchi, do you know some of the others who were confirmed too?
Actually, after you left, we brought up this discussion about whether we should have community judges or not. And I think the jury is still out on that. But we did talk about the other judges. So one of the other guys from Thrive, I forgot his name, but he asked me to reach out to Jesse and Jason, which both said they would be down for being judges, which is super awesome. Yeah, like you said, Coder Dan. I think someone said that Andy also confirmed. So and Nick Mudge. So we're gonna have prestige expert judges.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be expertise, and I love that word, prestige, across the board, and well deserved too, because this is a group of people with Voltron who have, they will have spent months working on their projects on this hackathon, and it's really well deserved.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm looking forward to this. Of course, we've said this for a long time within the DAO is we need to support builders and recognize builders. I feel this is doing just that. So I'm hoping that the builders are feeling like there's something here for them, and looking forward to this. Looking forward to seeing the the games and everything people have built.
Yeah, and you're gonna get to literally play with them. I mean, so that's pretty exciting stuff. And just to take a step back, I mean, the Thank Aavegotchi board, really believed as we went into season 2 that it was important to have a focus on builders and to like put a spotlight on and lift builders up. And so that was sort of where the where the Voltron Hackathon kind of concept came from, and we're so excited to see where it's at. It was worth extending season 2 a little more as well, because we're seeing action, and we're seeing a lot of value being created.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, both Thrive Giraffe and Cryptogotchi, for sharing some details of the upcoming hackathon. What are we calling it again? Hijackathon? Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah.
Pretty cool name. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Nailed it.
All right, good to hear your voice again, Hefe. It's been a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here and be here with everybody on Saturday.
Cool.
All right, sorry friends, I got a little sidetracked there. I usually do the proposal review, but this one just came in when we started the call, and so just gonna backtrack real quick here before we move on. And there's an Alchemica spending competition season 3 by Ricky G. I don't know, one of those. Alchemica spending competition season 3 here. Hi friends, following the success of season 1 and season 2, would like to propose competition season 3 with the new season parameters and additional ghost prizes. So 2 1-week rounds, and providing some dates there for you. 30,000 ghost reward for each round from the Gotchiverse rewards wallet. Same multiplier as before. Top 100 places paid each round. And then he has the prize allocation structured by Sologeist, and also proposing winning some maybe some fakes or some sort of additional rewards. There's a winning structure there, and then also Soju's work is commissioned for badges. So this would be kind of cool.
You don't got to read it. I could explain it to you. We just finished. We just finished putting the rest of it together, and we're waiting on Dan to tell us what we won.
Okay.
But
glad to have you up here, man. You definitely.
It appears he may have been busy in Chicago, and can't remember where he left the statue or something. But maybe you has answers now. Do we have statue? It's a shiny.
So we have the statue that will be for the overall long-term winner, which I'm reading the proposal now. Let's see. There's
the one that's not the
same
one we talked about, not the liquidator statue. That's a different thing.
No, I haven't found. Have not gotten those from Neon Kong yet. Well, let me check. I did get kind of a pack from him, but I don't know which one specifically it will be. It could potentially be the one with the horse on it. but let me drop a few potentials here. So these would be basically if you're top of the contest, you would get a statue like this. Just drop it in the chat here. These are the horse statues that so Neon Kong made these originally for some work we were doing in the Citadel. They never actually made it into production, and Hardcore had the idea to take them and actually use them as prizes for winners of the AUK spending contest round 3.
Yeah, like about this time last year, I was trying to get the district DAOs thing going and use that as a way to design some DAO governance tools and maybe use that to distribute the district deco. And then Mark had said something about, well, we should be selling it for the, and I was like, no one's gonna want to buy it. And now I'm like, you know what? Those are like 101s. What are we doing? We've got 101s sitting in the back room here, and we know they work. I've seen them. I've walked up to it. I may have scratched something on it. I can't, I don't know if that made it past the reset, but it was dirty. And, but yeah, Rickage also went out and got Soju to set up, if you get first place, you get a trophy fake. There's only 2 of these, so they're 2 of 2s, or 1 of 2s. Yeah, they're 1 of 2s. And then you've got he also for the 1st through 10th place every week. So there's 20 of those. Those are medals. So you get a medal and a trophy if you win first. And if you absolutely dominate both weeks, you get a golden statue of a horse. So I don't know. It seems kind of suspicious actually now that I look at it. Maybe you don't want to win. Like this isn't a good setup. It hasn't gone well for other people in the past. If your name is Troy, definitely don't do this.
Might be something in there. Some licks.
I mean, I honestly, I think that might be, we should probably shut up about that. And if it happens, right? But
was there a reason that you guys only want to do the 2 weeks instead of the full 4 that we've been doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, originally we had planned for this 3rd one. We had planned for the Fireball guilds to be ready, and this was the one where we were going to ramp things up and have them come in, and the game would just be bigger by default, because well, we could group up and it would just play out differently. But that's not quite ready yet. And I mean, it looks like we've got a decent amount of time to kill here with Unity, so it made more sense to shrink it down. Because like one group, I don't know, some of us wanted to, felt that raising the prize would make a significant difference in the outcome. And some of us felt that it's kind of futile, and the more money you pour at this, the more you're making the problem worse, especially with AUK being very cheap right now. So it made more sense to pack it into 2 weeks and have just way better prizes. So there's more of a financial gain, and there is just the 2 weeks. So you kind of have to go all in if you want any chance at getting any of the at getting the statue. Like there is no kind of think about it. But yeah, I mean, it goes right back to what you were saying at the beginning of the Hangout with the intangible. Like we lose every time.
Yeah.
Every time you can say that, okay, there's this function, and you put this much in, you get this much out. Takes this much time. Yeah, that either gets sibbled or it just turns into if people wake up on day 2 and they see that everyone else is selling forever until everyone else stops selling. And then that's
I like the idea.
Yeah, the only way
trophies
to
and
win
badges.
is really to have things that are intangible.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah,
someone
absolutely.
will be able to attach a price to this statue, but in the end, it's a collector's item. So it has historical significance in the lore in the game. So it's kind of a unique item.
I have a
Same with the
question about
badges by Soju.
Those Soju badges, would they be able to make their way into? Actually, never mind. They wouldn't be able to make their way.
Those
into
are
Gachi
actually
pockets.
fakes, and they're medals, not badges.
Right.
Uh,
Got you.
That would be awesome,
these would be
though, if
fakes
there
that
was
you could
a
display.
pathway for fake to badge. Would that be a huge heavy lift?
Yeah, because badges are technically still SVGs, so they're stored on chain. They can't be over a certain amount of kilobytes, which
Gotcha.
is about 24 kilobytes. But I mean, they'd look great. I would say for the fake, you'd probably want to include some text about. I'm sure he's done that, but like which round it was and things like that that they won.
Yeah. Well, there's an edition of 2 and an edition of 20, so it can't tell you which week it won. It can only say which event this was.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the DAO think of this proposal? Are we thinking this is something that will pass, or does it need some feedback? Because right now, there's not a lot of voting power so far, but it's saying no, do not fund the competition is currently the winner, but there's not that much voting power in yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is it's 60,640 ghosts instead of before it was 80,000 ghosts, and we've also got the additional prizes on top. And I don't know, it's more modest, and it looks like it has a much better chance of having an effect. So if you liked it before, this is better, and if you didn't like it before, this is less bad.
I like the idea of adding the intangibles. Also,
that would make a really good gotchi.
Could we do less ghost and with the intangibles? Because 60K is for 2 weeks. I mean, I think it's actually more ghosts per week than the original one, right?
Yeah, that was kind of the idea of squishing it down. Like they ran the numbers, and they saw that most of the spending was on the first 2 weeks. And then you had people at the top who didn't go very hard in the first week because they only went as hard as they needed to go to win in the first week, so that they could, try to milk it for all 4 weeks. And they spread out their activity, and that person's going to spend the same amount either way. So you might as well just do 2 weeks. And that and with the 30K, it's not just the top getting more. They did extend it to a 100 tail instead of a 50 tail. So basically, if you've got farms, you should participate this time.
I mean, I would, looking at the data, like if you look at the FOMO circulating supply, it almost looks. I agree there was a lot in the first 2 weeks, but the fourth week also had quite a bit of spending in the second competition. So I wouldn't say it's totally that clear cut. The third week probably had the weakest amount. Just looking at this graph here.
Say had someone that's not a whale that participated each time, I just definitely ran out, and there was a point where it didn't matter if it was happening. I was just done. And anything I did harvest, I was going to sell while the price was good, because I ran out of elk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this.
I mean, basically, our goal here is we want to get you to go all in right away, and then scrape up some more to go all in again, and then we're done.
Yeah, just echoing, what Coder Dan was saying. I think the idea of adding the intangibles is a good idea. Maybe a longer runway would be good, but.
Well, I had an idea for next time. Maybe we can do it for the guilds one, which was also kind of the point of doing the smaller contest this time. We're just kind of stalling here so we can do the thing we meant to do. But for that one, because we didn't have time to do it for this one, what I'd like to do is have a series of fakes made that we GBM them, and so we GBM these fakes for Ghost. Any Ghost spent on these, the artist gets their cut, but then the rest goes straight to buying elk and burning it. And what the fakes are is that each one of them gives you an additional multiplier to your score.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just whoever is holding them at the end, we add them up and attach the multiplier, and then that's the final score. and so you could trade your multiplier. You could run the price of having a multiplier
Sounds
up.
like a
all
massive
sorts of
headache for
goals.
the devs to implement that. Honestly, that's because, like, yeah, you're talking about having to keep track of where an NFT was at exact moments and then calculating the multiplier for that time. I think Immaterial will probably want to punch you in the face for
Oh
suggesting
no, I
that.
could just manually. It's that easy. You just who owned this at this block, and then you just go and you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what to have to
Skip-
calculate that out and
Oh.
write scripts for that and do the testing for it is that seems like
Oh, I
over
wasn't gonna
engineering this.
script it. I was just gonna do it. Like it's gonna be 8. If you GBM one a day, you've only got 14 people to check on at the most,
So
and
you
you know
said
it's
they
not.
could trade. They could trade it at different blocks, things like that.
Whoever's holding whatever wallet's holding it, we go with that. So you just look at you look up holders of this, and you add it up real quick, and you apply the multiplier to their score.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it on chain, but if for a one-off thing, I could do it in 5 minutes.
All the scripts for sending out any sort of tokens, Ghost, Alchemico, whatever, have to be tested and written as scripts. They can't. Nothing is handwritten here. All of it is computed by scripts and then tested against other sources. So, for example, like when we do rarity farming,
The board is actually hooked up directly to the payment system.
but yeah, and we should try to keep this. Try to not introduce too much new stuff each round, because otherwise, I know Immaterial is also he's the one that's created the site and he's working on the Gotchi Battler right now. So I don't think he would really want to take any time to make that update to the site. And if he doesn't do it, probably I don't think anyone will.
Oh no, I had no intention of anyone doing it. This was just I don't know. I was racking my brain for what can we do that doesn't involve a dev, that might just be like some paperwork or making some art or keeping track of something for a minute.
Yeah, that's why I like the prizes. I think adding the prizes for the winners is a good,
sure.
simple way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And so, this is a fairly new proposal, guys. Go and get your votes in. We'll check back up on this one again next Saturday. And, I support this. I should probably, honestly, I didn't participate in the first 2 seasons of the ALC competitions. But this one, because of the intangible rewards, is actually more enticing to me personally. I think I might actually try and game this one a little bit. Try and get involved a little bit compared to the last ones.
Cool. We're pretty much at the end of the Hangout. Was there any final discussions on any other topics? Otherwise, we'll round it out here.
Yeah, I mean, so we can probably get into it next week. We don't have enough time to discuss, but I've been looking at other DAOs, and one I found was really interesting is City DAO. And looking at their main kind of web page, I feel like Aavegotchi DAO could have something set up like this, given that we have so many things going on now. Here, I'm just going to drop this and leave this with you guys. Check out the City DAO main page, and also check out their mission statement and values. I know for like 6 months straight, it was like banging my head on the wall to try and get the DAO to come up with a mission statement. But I don't think it's really that hard. Like looking at what City DAO's done here, we could easily put something like this together. But just kind of let that marinate for a bit. Maybe check it out. I recommend you go read it a little bit, see if this is something we can implement in our DAO. And, we'll touch back up on it maybe next week, and I'll get some sort of a forum post going between now and then.
Cool, yeah. Have they actually like built something in Wyoming?
Oh, dude, the City DAO rabbit hole is deep. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but it's pretty cool how they got together. They raised, they sold these citizen NFTs, which gives you access rights to the land, and that's how they fundraised $250,000. And Wyoming has just introduced laws that are very conducive to forming DAOs. So they now bought a 40-acre parcel next to Yellowstone National Park, 40 acres of land, which they're trying to build out as the first Ethereum on-chain city. And so I do have some ideas how Aavegotchi DAO could get involved, a la, maybe a gotchi concrete statue on City DAO's property, or something cool like that. But that's for a different conversation. I just think we can learn a lot from other DAOs that are coordinating on a high level, because we are also coordinating on a high level, and we can also introduce some of these things that they're doing and make our DAO even better, in my opinion.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Hopefully Yellowstone doesn't blow in the next 10 years.
Well, actually,
If it does, I mean, we probably won't be talking about that anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be City Volcano. City Volcano DAO.
Cool. I'm going to look into this.
All right.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that obviously a lot of potential in this DAO. So good to have members looking at what other DAOs are doing and keeping abreast of the space. That'll flow back into what we're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. And I see NoFuturistic. Actually, we met some of the City DAO people at DAO Planet in East Denver, and we did a live event, on stage event, with the GMI crew for Aavegotchi DAO. And yeah, City DAO is pretty cool. They got a decent representation. Feel a good vibe with them for sure. And NoFuture, go check out his post there. Aavegotchi Live Events Working Group. This is something I feel like the DAO needs, even if we're not doing multiple Eat Denver like events every year. Having a little committee that can help. The way I think of it is leveraging what Pixelcraft is doing, because they do spend a lot of money on these booths and these events. And so, in my opinion, as a DAO, we could 10x that. With not 10x the amount of money, we could 10x the experience that we can provide at these events with just a few DAO members coming out and running a booth or selling some Aavegotchi DAO t-shirts or something. Awkward AI has some really good ideas behind that. I feel like he would fit right into this group. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out there before we go for today.
Yeah, the post is very simple at this point. So just go in and give feedback. It's just, hey, do we want to pursue having a working group to have a presence in partnership with Pixelcraft Studios to represent the Aavegotchi DAO? We can get into the weeds of business dev and content capture and all that, but just jump in and drop an opinion and we can start that combo.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
right, friends, we'll have a lovely rest of your Saturday or Sunday if you're already in that time zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, friends, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yep. See you guys in Chicago if anyone here listening is able to make it. Excited for this awesome event we're going to be doing, and also in Denver.
I'll be there in spirit.
Nice.
All right. Later.
All right. Stay awesome, friends. Peace.
Peace.
Later, friends.